Good morning to everyone. Hope you and your family are doing well and taking all the necessary precautions during this pandemic period. The beautiful thing about learning is that nobody can take it away from you. On behalf of Auxilium College of Arts and Science for Women, Raghunathapuram, Department of Mathematics and Physics, I cordially invite you for the fourth day of 1 week online faculty development program on LaTeX. Dear participants, kindly mute your audio and video without file throughout the session. Please do not try to turn unmute yourself or share the screen while the presentation is going on. You can post your questions in the chat box. Have a wonderful day. Now I hand over this session to Dr. A. Sebastian Selvaraj.
In today's class, we are going to learn how to type theorem-like environments. The next one, plotting 2D function, how to draw a graph for a function, mathematical function, 2D and also 3D. In 3D, we are going to learn how to draw that. Then MATLAB code in LaTeX, how to insert a MATLAB code in LaTeX, only code, not execution, only. So first one is defining a new commands, how to define a new commands and also how to renew a existing command. We are going to say how to renew a existing command. First of all, LaTeX provides a many inbuilt commands and environments for preparing a document. For example, if we want to get equation, we go to type begin equation, end equation, align. Suppose if you insert graph, begin figure, end figure. Table means begin table, end table. These are all existing commands. We are going to define new commands as per our interest. And also there is a chance to renew the existing command. For example, slash backslash table of contents provides only in the name of content. Suppose if you want to get instead of content, table of contents or content or index, likewise, we may renew that command also. We are going to see in this class. Defining a command. Okay, we are going to first of all defining a new command. It is a not easiest one, but it is a tedious job to insert a long command or combination of commands in our usual thesis or manuscript and so. Okay, so for that, what is the command for create new command? Just note that new command, it has two mandatory brackets. It has two mandatory brackets. First one is new command. First one is our new command. Second one is second mandatory bracket consists of available commands. Available commands. Just to see the preamble, we may. Okay, this is the preamble or format of defining a new command. So just to see that I want backslash. Okay, I want this backslash in my document, but it's not easy. We can't insert from the our keyboard because backslash is reserved for LaTeX syntax. LaTeX syntax. So if we want to get backslash, we have to type like this $sign within that backslash. At every time, I need example. I need backslash almost 100 places. It's not easy to type slash backslash at 100 times. Okay, it's not easy. So that I'm going to renew that command. I'm going to renew that command. So for that, this is my new command. It has two mandatory brackets. This is command for my convenient. For my convenient, I am using backslash bs. Backslash bs. This is available command. This one is existing command. So this is the process to renew command. So bs means backslash. I am saying this for my convenient. Suppose if you want to get some other symbol, you may use, for example, backslash alpha. You no need to type alpha. Backslash a. That's enough. Okay. So likewise, we are going to see something. Yeah, new command. Suppose I need this bold face mark. Bold face. Yes, I need bold face. So for this, we got to type this much. mathematical box slash m box bold math dollar sign, within dollar sign I have to type x. So instead of this one, I am defining in the preamble. Okay, we have to define all these, we have to type all these things in preamble. Okay, so I'm rename the command slash xv slash xv, that means slash xv prints bold math x. So likewise, new command. So this one mark vary epsilon. Vary epsilon, it prints this symbol. This symbol name is called vary epsilon. So that means I redefined that name, vary epsilon to backslash b epsilon, VEPS. That means vary epsilon. For my convenience, I reduced that command to this one. So and so on. Center of gravity. Suppose if you are a physics student, suppose many of you are physics from physics. Suppose if you want to type center of gravity, no need to type center of gravity at every time. Okay, so just redefine that name slash GCG slash backslash CG. It creates that center of gravity name in our content. So just to see that in our demo session, I'm going to open that editor. I'm going to create new file with the document class 12 font, then article. Okay, I'm going to create the body of my content. So then I'm going to save this file in the demo text files, new one. Okay, in the name of new one. Now I'm going to, for example, I'm going to copy the first line of this one. Okay, new command backslash. I need backslash. So just I'm going to copy this one. Yeah. So first of all, what is the procedure to get backslash sign symbol? Okay, SLASH. So this is the procedure to get backslash. Now I'm going to run this file. So backslash, I'm missing. Okay, missing dollar sign is missing. Okay, I'm going to enter dollar sign on both sides. It gives the error. So now I'm going to run this file. Yeah, it gives backslash. Okay, suppose I need this backslash in 100 places or 10 places, more than one place. At every time, slash backslash is not easy to type. So that I'm going to renew that command. I'm going to renew that command. New command. Okay, new command. It has two mandatory options. First one is new command. Second one is available one. So available command is, this is available one. Okay, this one is available one. I'm going to rename that command as BS. Now I am going to use her. I need slash BS. Okay, now I am using, just to see that. Now I am using backslash BS. It creates the backslash. Okay, now I am going to run this file. Yeah, just to see that. Backslash, hi, I need backslash. Once again, backslash. This second backslash is created by this command, backslash BS. We no need to type this complete one because already I defined this one, because I already defined that command to backslash BS. Okay, similarly, we may define some other command. Suppose I'm going to type another command. Yeah, new command slash A. Okay, I'm going to type only slash A for alpha. Okay, for alpha within dollar sign, I'm typing alpha. Then I'm using only backslash A. Now I'm going to run this file. It's A is already defined. A is already defined. Suppose I'm going to create one more letter, backslash AL. Okay, so AL means I'm going to run this file. Yeah, just to see that it creates alpha sign. It creates alpha sign. It's created by only backslash AL. Instead of alpha typing only backslash AL, because I redefined the command. Okay, in similar way, we define all the commands, redefine all the commands. Okay, this one is new command with mandatory arguments. Yes. Suppose if you want mandatory argument, one is optional. Okay, two mandatory argument. In between, I am using this optional bracket also. That's another method. New command. It's number of argument. For example, just consider slash command vector. Vector is defined like that. Slash VCTR slash backslash VCTR. It creates vector Just to see that existing command. This one is existing command. It has only one argument. It has only one argument. Second one, just to see that second one, backslash BDE. That means partial differential equation. Partial differential equation. Usually, in fraction method means it has two argument phrases. One is numerator, another one is denominator. One is numerator, another one is denominator. That's defined let slash FRAC in second one. That means second mandatory bracket. Second entry denotes independent variable, dependent and independent variable. Okay, so second means it comes in denominator. In denominator, first one is backslash one means it comes in numerator. Okay, first one is independent variable, second one is dependent variable. In similar way, we may define ordinary differential equation, integration, and so on. This is the example for this. Yeah, because of this command, I'm creating VCTR. It creates this output vector x dot vector y is equal to z. So PDE means y, x. Y is an independent variable, x is a dependent variable. It may change based on y. It gives the output like that, dou x by dou y. So second one, ODE, ordinary differential equation, is defined like that. Y is also independent variable, x is dependent variable, dx by dy. So ODE is second derivative. Just note that fourth one. Okay, fourth one. I'm going to show once again that coding. Fourth one, yeah, this one. It has two mandatory brackets. New command has two mandatory brackets. First one is d squared. Yeah, we define like the slash fraction d superscript 2. That means d squared, second derivative, d squared y by dx squared, or dx squared y by dy squared, second derivative. Yeah, this one, d squared x by dy squared, and so on. Okay, ODE with particular equation, y is the independent variable, and so on. Suppose if you want to get integration of this symbol, integration for this equation, so x is nothing but x is variable, so and so on. We may define this one new command. Okay, with argument base. So first one is without argument, only mandatory. Second one is with argument base. So now we are going to redefine the existing command. So redefine means we are going to rename the command. Already exists. Some commands are already exist. We are going to change that name. So that's called previous one is new command. Second one is renew command. I am going to renew that command. So first one is new style. Okay, new style. This one is n style means new style, new name. This one is existing one. This one is existing one. Here number of arguments. For example, suppose if you are typing in book document class, chapter is always gives chapter. So yeah, now I am going to show you the example. Okay, so with the document class, I am going to document class of book. Okay, second one book. Now I am going to create another file, document class A4 paper 12 point with book. I am using document class book. Now I am going to create a book with begin document. So new 2. So this one is for my first chapter. I am creating first chapter. This is my title. Okay, first chapter title. Now I am going to run this file. Yeah, just to see that it automatically, I am using chapter. Within that chapter title is title. I am using title. So instead of title, I am using one more section, introduction. Okay, so introduction. Now I am going to run this file. Chapter 1 is introduction. It automatically creates a row. I don't want chapter in the name chapter. I want unit 1, unit 2, and so on. So for that, I am going to renew that command. Already chapter is existing command. I am going to renew that command by using this command. So backslash renew command, backslash chapter name. I am going to rename the chapter. Instead of chapter, I want unit. Okay, defined everything. Now I am going to run this file. Just see the output. Yeah, chapter becomes unit. If you want to change some other name with your name or college name. Okay, Auxilium College. Now I am going to run this file. this unit becomes Auxilium College. Yeah, again, Auxilium College 1 and so on. I think spelling mistake. Don't bother about that. Okay, Auxilium College 1 introduction. This is renew command. So suppose if you want to renew that command instead of chapter, if you want to renew that command section, that's also possible by the name section. Or suppose if you want, I am going to make one abstract here. I'm going to make one abstract here. Okay, abstract. This is my abstract. This is my APS abstract. Now I am going to run this file. So environment abstract is undefined because this is used in article only. Okay, notebook we can't use. We may use after redefining some commands. Okay, so I'm going to change some other name. Okay, suppose index. Yeah, a table. Now I'm going to create a table of contents. Just to see that table of contents. Now I'm going to run this file. Just so it becomes content. Table of content means it comes content. Yeah, introduction. It appears page number 3. Because of this reason, LaTeX always prints on the art side margin. Art side, it creates the new chapter on your right hand side. It creates new chapter on your right hand side. That means art page number. Always new chapter starts on art page number. Okay, this is beauty of LaTeX. Now I don't want this content. Instead of content, I need a table of contents. Instead of content, I need a table of content. So that I am to change. I am going to renew that command. So just I'm going to alter that. So instead of chapter name, I am going to change contents. Sorry, CONTENTS. Contents name. Contents name as table of content. Table of content. Now I am going to run this file just to see the output. Yeah, just to see that previous one is content. Now I changed content to table of content. It's also possible. Okay, we may change every name. So content name is already existing one. Now we are renaming that command. That's also possible. So next one, yeah, abstract name. Suppose if you don't want abstract in article, you may rewrite as summary and one. Okay, this is existing command. So next one, how to define a new environment. Okay, what about environment? Environment is nothing but complementary command. Complementary commands. Environment is nothing but complementary command. Suppose if you are starting with begin means we must end up with end. That's called environment. Yeah, this one is a new name for new environment. Backslash. The command is backslash new environment. This is new environment name. So this is coding starting value. It's end command. This one is start means starting command. This one is ending command. So we are going to create small one. So this is boxed. Okay. So YouTube channel, I create this environment. That means boxed environment. Okay, boxed environment. I create this one by using this command. Just note that backslash new environment. This is this one. Okay, command name. This one is new command. Okay, this is new environment. So instead of this first, it has 3 argument bases. In first argument basis, I have used boxed note. This one is boxed note. This command environment name is boxed note. So in O start, in second argument base, I started with begin center. Okay, in begin center up to this, in begin center up to this, it's my second mandatory bracket. In second mandatory bracket, I redefined that. So we may define like this new environment. It take time, and also suppose if I'm missing one bracket means it won't run. Okay, it's a little bit tedious work. If you are defining new environments with your name, that's also possible. Because nowadays in most of the books in just a soft copy. In that book, theorem is in different color, corollary is different color, lemma is different color, based off this new command, new environments only. Okay. Yeah, next one, it's most important one, theorem like environments. How to type a theorem. So it has some mandatory commands. It has a new theorem style. Just note that first one is, first of all, I explained this one, then I will show in demo. New theorem. This is my theorem style. This is my theorem style. This is key. This is Q value. New environment. This is for numbering purpose. Number unit. This is for optional. This one is optional. Whenever we are using square bracket, that's called optional. Number unit. Suppose if you want to get theorem number 1, 2, 3 like this continuously, or if you want to separate number for theorem corollary, separate number for corollary, separate number for lemma, that's also possible. Suppose if you want to theorem number as 1.1, first chapter, first theorem. Suppose somebody wants 1.1.1, that means first chapter, first section, first theorem. We may use like this based on our interest. Okay, it's global one. New theorem, this is key. New environment, this is for numbering purpose. Usually new theorem style, it has 9 mandatory brackets. It has 9 mandatory brackets. First one, this theorem is first one, baseline skip second one, this third one, flagship is fourth one, this one is fifth one, BF series. Okay, almost it has 9 argument base. It has separate function. So first one is name of the style. Name of the style. I am defining the THM as a style. So this key. Okay, this key. So next, the second mandatory bracket denotes space above the theorem. Suppose I need a 0.5 centimeter gap between the normal text and theorem. There is a gap. I want a gap. This baseline skip is your line space. Your line space. Usually it gives one line space. One line space. LaTeX gives usually one line space. Suppose if you want to get more line space, means we may redefine. Usually Bharatdasan University offers 2 line space. Times New Roman 12 font size, 2 12 point size, 2 line space, 2 side printing with 70 G things. Okay, so this is backslash baseline skip. It's used for second mandatory bracket is used for the space between the space above the theorem and the normal text. Third one means it creates the space between the after the theorem and the continuing text after theorem. Okay, so slanting shape. This fourth one denotes body text, body of the that means font style of the body of the theorem, slanting shape. So next one is intent space. How much space we need the head and body, that means theorem and our main text, theorem statement. So this is next one denotes the head of the theorem. This one is punctuation mark between the theorem and the content, theorem and the body, punctuation between theorem and the body. So this one is space above the theorem. This one is specified here. Suppose if you want to give the heading for that theorem, suppose Pythagoras theorem, Fermat's theorem, Euclides theorem, contours theorem, and so on. If you want to specify some title, it's also possible. So this is the outline. Sorry, this is the basic command. Okay, new theorem style. It has 9 mandatory bracket. Okay, you no need to change for every theorem. It's global one. Just to give it in preamble, you may use continuously. Okay, that's not a problem. So this is my new theorem style. This is my theorem style name. Theorem style name. So this is my key. Just note that this one, new theorem, and this is my keyword. This is my keyword. That means this is my environment. Whenever I want to type theorem, it's enough to type /begin theorem, end theorem. Okay, it gives the theorem name. This section, just see that this section, it's optional bracket. It gives the number as section wise. It gives the number as section wise. So yeah, now I am going to show the demo. Just I copied this file from here. I copied this file and I am going to paste in our editor. So I create, I paste here itself in preamble. I have to type all these things in the preamble. Okay, I copy and paste. I have to use the AMS packages, otherwise it won't run. Now I am going to insert that AMS packages, AMS math, AMS fonts, AMS symbol, and also AMS theorem, AMS THM. Okay, now I am going to explain one by one. Now I am going to run this file. Suppose if any package is missing, means it won't run. Okay, yeah, just to see the table of content. It always gives the title in your left hand side and right hand side. Right mark, left mark. Okay, right mark, left mark. Our new chapter always starts on the odd page number. That means your right hand side in your standard textbook, right hand side. Now I am going to add one section here. Okay, this is my introduction. Here I am going to add one section. Okay, in section. So in section means preliminaries. Okay, preliminaries. Okay. So in preliminaries, I am going to type one theorem. In preliminaries, first of all, I am going to type the theorem. Theorem is defined like that with the name THM. This is my environment for theorem. Now I am going to type one T with the environment to begin THM. Okay, it's my form on my convenience. Suppose if you want to type full name, you have to type after modifying the modify here also. Okay, whatever you want. Then end theorem. End theorem. This is the statement. This is the statement of this theorem. Now I'm going to run this file. Yeah, just to see that. So Auxilium's name is Miss. Okay, spelling mistake is there. Don't bother about that. Introduction. This is my first section. This is my first chapter name. This is my first section. Just to see that theorem 1.1.1. I didn't give any number here. It automatically gives continuation number. It automatically gives the continuation number. So this is my statement. Now I am going to explain one by one with our definition. Yeah, just to see that. Yeah, this one. Just to consider this line. Yeah, to this line. New theorem style THM baseline skip. This first baseline skip denotes the space between the preliminaries. That means above the theorem. Above the theorem. Second one after the theorem. Okay, after the theorem. Third one slandered shape. That means italic shape. The body of the content. This is the statement. Just to see that this is the now I am going to, for our convenience, now I am going to enter some text after the theorem. Okay, after the theorem. This is denotes the definition of theorem. Okay, now I am going to run this file. So it's created for the our reference purpose. Yeah, just to note that theorem. Just to see the font of theorem. Just to see the body of our theorem statement. It's a slandered shape because of this command. Because of this command only. A slandered shape. So then this one is a space between the this one intent space, this space, intent space. So then next one is head font. Next one is head font. This time BF series. Just note that BF series. Head font is nothing but this this BF series create this one theorem 1.1.1. So another one punctuation. Here I am creating dot punctuation just to see that this punctuation. That means this one, this first dot. Suppose instead of dot, I am using semicolon. What will happen? I'm going to run this file just to see that. Yeah, see that previously it's a dot. Now I changed dot to semicolon. Okay, you no need to change at all the places. Only one place. That's enough. Okay, this one is space after this theorem. This space after this theorem, and also just to see the difference between the font style. This is slandered shape. Okay, this one is normal. So then I defined some other environments. The definition is I please mute yourself, please. Okay, next environment is DFN. I defined the definition as a DFN. Now I'm going to use one by one. Begin DFN. Begin DFN. So now this is my definition. This is my definition. Okay, now I am going to run this file. Just to see that continuation number 1.1.1. This is my definition. Sorry, this is my theorem. 1.1.2 is my definition. Now I am going to use another few environments. Definition, corollary, lemma, remark, and so on. I use like this. Suppose I need some corollary, begin COR. COR means it indicates corollary. I created this environment for my convenience. Suppose if you are using corollary, that's okay. COR, that's also okay. Based on your wish, I am using this one. Okay, this is okay. I am going to this one. Yeah, it gives continuation number. Suppose your guide wants, or your professor, your teacher, your mentor wants a separate number for theorem and also separate number for definition. At that time, okay, at that time, we have to modify some things. We have to modify some things. It's optional. Suppose if you want to separate number for theorem means you have to remove this THM in optional bracket. You have to remove this one. You have to remove this one, this THM. Then last one is new theorem. What about our environment? Last one is unit. Okay, last one is unit. So here I am going to type section. It creates new number for definition. Now I am going to run this file after this modification. Yeah, just to see that. Yeah, theorem 1.1.1, definition 1.1.1. It's also possible. It's section. Suppose I don't want this 1.1.1, just I need 1.1, that's enough. Suppose if you want to get like this, so instead of section you have to type chapter. Instead of section you have to type chapter. If you are typing chapter means it gives the number for theorem. Okay, just to see that the number for theorem 1.1, 1.1, it automatically changes for whole thesis, not only particular places. It redefine all the things. Okay, so this is the theorem environment. Suppose if you want to type something more than that means it's also possible. Problem, remark. Suppose it's all I defined one. Suppose if you want to add some more things, suppose anybody from computer science, you are having the algorithm and so on. So that means you have to type ALG. Okay, ALG. As per your wish, I am A means it indicates algorithm. Now I am going to type algorithm. Okay, algorithm. Now I am going to create this environment also after this corollary, or better I am going to add this algorithm before the definition. Just see the number also. Begin ALG. ALG means algorithm. Just now I defined this one, ALG, and the ALG. So algorithm starts here. Algorithm starts here. Okay. Okay, just to see the numbers. Okay, just to see the numbers. Don't see that number definition, or just to see that number 1.1 and 1.2 corollary. Now I'm going to run this file. 1.2 algorithm becomes 1.2, corollary becomes 1. Yeah. Okay, new number. Yes, it's also redefined. Number is redefined. I have to type new continuation number. Suppose just to see that numbers in algorithm, I didn't mention any number, so that it gives automatically one. Automatically one. Suppose if you want to get any particular number, section wise or chapter wise means you have to type here. Or continuation number means if you want to get continuation number means in between the two mandatory brackets, you have to use optional bracket THM, theorem style. This is our theorem style. Now I am going to run this file. Algorithm becomes 1.2, corollary becomes 1.3. Just to see that. Sorry, wait a minute. Sorry, I changed in theorem. Sorry, problem. Yeah, algorithm itself I have to change. Sorry. Yeah, just to see that number, algorithm becomes 1.2, corollary becomes 1.3. I didn't mention any number here. It automatically given by the LaTeX editor. This is the beauty of this one. Okay, so next one. Theorem, yeah, let X be a non-empty set. Theorem, okay, it's all because in just now. Okay, next we are going to see how to plot a graphs for mathematical functions. These graphs are only basic level. These graphs are only basic level. It's also a little bit complicated, so that I am choosing only from basic level graphs one by one. Okay, so first of all, we need the command plot. We have to use two packages. We have to use two packages. First one is PGF plot. Another one is TIX plot. Okay, these two are very important. In that situation, PGF plot becomes a mathematical engine. Okay, it calculates some values. Okay, for purpose of the graphs. Following the plot command variable, it comes under variable x, y, d. Suppose if you want to get some points at particular point means we have to use sample at. So